Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the TEKS tool strip diagram, hard-hole relationship. We're working with a problem related to TEKS 4.4a, and we will solve it in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So Marcus has got $25. He's buying some things. We need to figure out how much money he has left. So we can understand this with a part-whole relationship. And so let's label our parts and let's find our total. So Marcus has $25. So that is going to be our whole or our total that we are going to take away from. And so sometimes they'll give it to you as easy as that. Sometimes that's going to be the unknown, but when we think it might be a part-whole relationship, we need to find the total or the part. So now let's look at the parts of his money. He's walking in with $25 and he's going to take parts of that away. $12.47 is a part that is spending on a book. $5 is a part that is spent on a pen set. And then how much money does he have left? Well, that's typically called the change, right? Your leftover money. This is also a part. We need to include this. And the reason we can say this is a part whole is that the three parts, the amount left, plus the 1247 for the book, plus the $5 for the pen set, equals, or it's the same amount as the $25 you started with. So I'm going to draw a strip diagram. Now there's a few different ways we can draw the total or the whole in our strip diagram. Sometimes it's a part of the main rectangle, sometimes it's not. It's either above or below. There's multiple ways to do it, so don't just always get used to seeing it in one way, because I've seen it multiple ways on the STAR test. I'm going to put my $25 on the bottom, and since it goes the entire length of this rectangle, that means that's my total or my whole. And I'm going to just draw three parts. I'm not worried about trying to make them proportional or the correct sizes because I don't know what that last part is, that change, the amount left over. So I've got my 1247, I've got my $5, and then I've got an unknown amount. Question mark, that's my change. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my unknown amount. So I could say 1247 plus $5 plus, I'll put a box there for my unknown amount. That's going to equal my total. I could write that equation. Now, that doesn't really help me with my unknown, but that is a correct equation. In order for me to figure out how much money was left, I'm going to have to do a few things. I need to solve for this. What I could do is I could take my $25 and then I could subtract the 1247. See how much money is left there. Then I could subtract the $5. If I subtract that 1247 and then subtract that $5, the only thing that's left is going to be my unknown. So that would be helpful. Or if we don't want to subtract twice, what we could do is we can take the $12.47, add that to the $5, figure out how much that total is right there. Now, what we have to do is we still have to subtract that from the whole, but you can add first if you want to, and that will get you there. So let's do that. Let's take my 1247. Now, the trick with the 5 is there's no decimal there, so it always goes after the ones place. So I need to write my 5 like this. It's $5.00. If I mess that up, then everything else gets messed up because you put it in the wrong spot. So let's bring our decimal down. That's pretty easy, $17.47. So that's how much was actually spent. Now we're going to subtract that from $25. And we are going to do some regrouping. So I'm going to take 10, we'll take one away, that's 9. That's going to be 3, that's 5. I need to regroup here. That's going to be 7. So how much money is left? $7.53. That's the change. You add that to the $5 and 1247. You go back to $25. The answer is D.